Next we have Elinor Fish, owner of Run Wild Retreats plus Wellness. Yeah.
Thank you. So you may notice that I'm dressed today like I'm going to go for a run, but that's not because I'm planning to go for a run right after this event, which I probably will anyway, but this is actually what I wear when I go to work. And I feel very, very fortunate that I actually have a job where I get to combine two of my favorite activities, trail running and travel. And so in case you're wondering how on earth did I find a job that gets to blend these two passions of mine, trail running and travel, well, the thing is I didn't find this job, I created it. But it took a really, really long time to kind of get to that point. So my name is Elinor Fish, and my company is called Run Wild Retreats and Wellness. And my job is to take groups of women on trail running adventures in different countries. So we'll spend 4 up to 7 days together running on different trails and having adventures in different countries. I mean, we get to go running along cliff tops and through mountains and through glacier valleys and explore different countries. We go to places like Iceland and Spain and Ireland. And where else do we go? We go to the Italian Dolomites and the Alps, the Canadian Rockies, Patagonia, even Moab. And so when I started my career after college about 15 years ago, I never could have conceived how I would end up doing what I'm doing now. So I'll tell you about some of the jobs that I've taken over the years that eventually led me to create this company. So the thing is even though I operate in 6 different countries and our customers come from all over the US and even Canada, believe it or not, my company is actually a really tiny operation out of the basement of my house right here in Carbondale. And that's one of the really cool things about e-commerce and what technology is allowing us to do as small business owners would have been inconceivable to me 15 years ago when I started my career. So my first really big job related to what I do now was working up in the Canadian Rockies in the tourism industry. And it was my job to organize itineraries and host writers and photographers from different media outlets from around the world and organize their visit to our destination in the Canadian Rockies and show them the best of what our destination had to offer. So that job really taught me a lot about organizing travel, and I thought that was really, really fun, and I did that for a lot of years. And then I was also really interested in trail running, and had always been a runner and liked to do races and whatnot, and liked to write. And then an opportunity came up to move here to Colorado and take a job at Trail Runner magazine, which was at the time my favorite running magazine, and so it was a real honor to actually get to go and work there. So I moved to Carbondale and worked as an editor for the magazine, and that was where I really got to hone my communication skills, learn a lot about writing, and then that's where I also made a lot of connections in the running industry. And I discovered that there's these businesses out there that organize running vacations, and I'm like, that sounds really awesome. And so I did that for a number of years, and through my job at the magazine, I actually got to go on some of these running vacations and write stories about them for the magazine. So that was really fun. After a few years of doing that, I then had an opportunity to change jobs and go work for a marketing agency here in Carbondale, which seems like kind of a departure, but I got to work with running, other running companies and learn a lot about online marketing. So after a few years of doing that, I felt ready to finally dive in and create my own company that would let me bring all these different experiences together, which is what I do now with Run Wild Retreats and Wellness. We host over 100 runners a year in 6 to 7 different retreats in 6 different countries, and I get to bring together all these different skills from all these different jobs that I've done over the years. And I could never have planned it this way. but really it was a matter of following my instincts and following my passions and seeing where one opportunity led to the next, and then really took some time to see how all those seemingly different related, those unrelated skills could actually come together into what I do now with the business that I've created with Run Wild Retreats and Wellness. So I think my big takeaway for you is that even if you don't know exactly where you want to end up, or if you want to create a business but don't really know what that business could be, even just following your passion and trying different jobs and collecting skills along the way can all funnel into creating that ideal dream company or dream job. Thank you.
Thank you. You sure built quite a business from your passion of running. Listening to all of you has been so cool, motivating, and inspiring. And will all of you guys join us in thanking them for coming here today?
The last thing we got to do is I'd like to introduce our principal from Aspen High, Theron Mulberry, and principal from, as well as the principal from Yampa, Lee McGowan.
So soon here you're going to get the chance to go into the Career Expo and explore some of the possible careers and interests. But I first want you to really think, before you go there, to think of these stories, to think about the hard work story, and think about the story of pushing out of the limits and beyond the box of limitations, and think about the story of self-discovery, and the story of passion, and the story of adventure. And think about when you meet the people in their careers, ask those pieces. Not just what they do, but how they got there. Because that's what we're all about to go forward to in your lives now on that special journey. And so it's not always what the thing is, it's how you got there and how that piece is. So ask the people that are here for you today about those stories. We have quite a few gratitudes we want to
we
share.
we have some gratitudes. I want to say a couple of things. I can't get a microphone and not talk, as my students can tell you. I just want to say, when you get out there, students, always take advantage of your opportunities. I just really quickly, when I was listening to these speakers, I made a list of jobs that I had to work to get to where I was, and the list was over 15 jobs long. Take advantage of each one of those opportunities, just things like dishwasher, custodian, DJ at a country music station. So you get the idea that you have to go through a lot of different things to get to where you finally want to be. But what I would say is leave those jobs, each one of them, with a willingness to rehire you. Go in there and do your best possible, and I guarantee you'll have success. And we have a whole bunch of thank yous, because we know what you guys want to get out there and talk to those businesses. So first of all, thanks to Roaring Fork High School for everything that they've done. The GlenX Expo Committee, all of our college counselors and counselors, let's give them a big round of applause. Our teachers and our bus drivers that brought us here today.
And then there's a few special individuals, Jane Poss, Altai Chaloon. Are you still in here anywhere where you could give us a wave? There's some people, Michael Lowe, have really done some extra steps to make this happen. But most of all, the gratitude is sitting right out here, right? You guys are the future. Let's embrace each other on this journey today. Feel happy to get this time together. Maybe push your limits a little bit than you did before. Enjoy your time together. Follow your passions. Stay true to yourself. Don't follow someone else's path. Follow your path unless you're lost, and then take each other's hand and take each other with you. But on top of that, we need to know where we're going today. So we want to give you some directions on what's next, because this is a very timed situation. We have to get from one place to to next. So we want to give you some directions. So listen to this very carefully.
Okay, so Aspen High School students and Bridges will go to the Gymnasium A. Let's see, go left at the exit ramp here. Glenwood Springs and Yampa students will go to Gymnasium B. Go straight at the end of the exit ramp. And then you will switch gymnasiums about 30 minutes after that. And don't worry about it. We'll announce it on the PA when that's time to occur. And also look for guidance from your teachers and any of the volunteers wearing white hats. They can help you today. All right, guys. Another round of applause for everybody.